Imagine this: a powerful queen, a divided kingdom, and a woman whose very name, thousands of years later, still sends a chill down the spine. In the entire Bible, amid wars, prophets, miracles, and kings, only one woman cast a shadow so dark, so unsettling, that history still whispers her name with fear. Jezebel. A figure wrapped in mystery, controversy, and blood. A queen who defied God, manipulated kings, hunted prophets, and ultimately faced a divine judgment from which no throne, no army, and no power could save her. But who was Jezebel really? Was she pure evil, a misunderstood queen, or one of the most dangerous forces ever unleashed against the people of Israel? Today, you will uncover the truth behind the most wicked woman in the Bible. A tale of power, ambition, corruption, and an ending so brutal it remains one of the most shocking judgments in Scripture. Prepare yourself, because what you're about to hear is not just a story. It's a warning that echoes through the centuries. From the moment her name first appears in Scripture, Jezebel stands like a shadow stretching across the pages of history, dark, commanding, and unforgettable. She is one of the most controversial figures in the Bible, a woman whose decisions shaped kingdoms, altered faith, and left a legacy so powerful that thousands of years later, her very name is still synonymous with corruption and evil. But behind the infamy lies a deeper story, one that begins not with wickedness, but with royalty, foreign culture, and a marriage that would change the destiny of Israel forever. Jezebel was born a princess in the wealthy Phoenician city of Sidon, the daughter of King Ethbaal, a ruler who was not only political royalty, but also a priest of Baal, the principal deity of the region. Jezebel grew up surrounded by towering temples, ornate idols, and a religious system deeply entwined with political power. For her, worshiping Baal and Asherah was not simply faith, it was identity, heritage, and royal duty. Nothing in her world suggested she should change or compromise, and so she never did. When Jezebel was given in marriage to Ahab, king of Israel, it was a political alliance intended to strengthen ties between nations. But neither kingdom could foresee the spiritual and moral consequences this marriage would unleash. Israel, a nation dedicated to the worship of Yahweh, now welcomed a queen fiercely loyal to foreign gods. Ahab, a weak and impressionable ruler, quickly fell under Jezebel's influence. With her guidance, Baal worship was not only tolerated, it was promoted. As soon as Jezebel arrived in Samaria, she made her intentions clear. She would not hide her devotion to Baal, she would enthrone him in Israel. Under her command, temples dedicated to Baal were constructed, altars were raised, and hundreds of pagan prophets were placed under royal protection and royal pay. Jezebel did not simply introduce a foreign religion. She attempted to replace Israel's faith altogether. Her influence spread like wildfire, and soon the spiritual identity of Israel began to crumble. Jezebel initiated a ruthless campaign against the prophets of Yahweh. Many were forced into hiding, fleeing for their lives, while others were hunted down and killed. The land that once belonged to the God of Israel now echoed with pagan rituals, sacrifices, and ceremonies, all under Jezebel's direction. It was a calculated, systematic takeover, one that threatened to erase the worship of God from the nation. But standing against her rising power was a single, courageous voice, the prophet Elijah. Elijah confronted Ahab with a bold declaration that because of Israel's idolatry, a devastating drought would fall upon the land. This drought would be a divine judgment, a sign that God had not abandoned his people even in their rebellion. And when Elijah spoke, the heavens closed. Rain stopped, rivers dried, crops withered, yet Jezebel remained defiant, unshaken by the suffering her kingdom endured. Her hatred for Elijah grew, and she sought to destroy him. Everything culminated in the dramatic confrontation on Mount Carmel. Elijah challenged the prophets of Baal to call down fire from their God, while he would call upon Yahweh. All of Israel gathered to witness the contest. For hours, the prophets of Baal shouted, danced, and cut themselves, desperately pleading for fire. But nothing happened. And then Elijah stepped forward. With a simple prayer, fire descended from heaven in a blazing torrent that consumed the entire altar. It was a moment of absolute truth, a moment that revealed the power of God and exposed the emptiness of Baal. But Jezebel was not moved. Instead, she was enraged. When she learned that Elijah had ordered the execution of Baal's prophets, she swore her vengeance. She sent a message to Elijah that by the next day he would be dead. Her threat was so terrifying that Elijah fled into the wilderness, overwhelmed with fear. Jezebel's story grows darker with the murder of Naboth, a righteous man who refused to sell his vineyard to Ahab. Jezebel forged letters, staged false accusations of blasphemy, and had him executed. She then coldly told Ahab to claim the land. This act revealed her true nature, ruthless, calculating, and completely without moral restraint. Years passed. Ahab died. Jezebel continued to influence Israel through her sons, maintaining her grip on power, but judgment was closing in. Jehu was anointed to end Ahab's line. Jehu ordered her to be thrown down. She was cast from the window, her blood splashing the walls and her body trampled. Thus ended Jezebel's life, in the same violence and corruption that marked her rule. Her name became a symbol of evil, manipulation, and spiritual rebellion. She stands not only as a historical figure, but as a warning about the danger of power used for corruption, the blindness of pride, and the unavoidable consequences of defying God. That's all for today. If you like this type of content, subscribe and like. See you soon.